Learn to unsell. And here's what I mean by that. Everyone takes their idea out and they sell it. And you learn how to sell it. And you finally hone it, you tune it, you listen to people if you're good, and you learn what they respond to, and you get pretty good at selling it. And eventually, and it usually for most people, it starts with friends, family, colleagues, and they listen to you, and they're all supportive, by the way. People don't want to tell you you've got a bad idea. So you get more and more confident that you've got this nailed, and you've told it to 100 people. And I have entrepreneurs approach me all the time for advice on their companies, and they tell me all the research they've done. Everybody wants it. And I say, who? And I'm cautious of focus groups and market research, but let's talk about unselling, because what you want to do is find somebody you don't know, and hopefully with a number of people, and go through the classic market research technique and asking them why they want to buy it, testing price point, testing elasticity, looking for feature interest. And then when you eventually get that honed to the point where you think you've got it nailed and you think you've got the product, then you go into mode of unselling. What I mean by that is you take that same individual after they've told you why they want it, and then you start to tell them why they don't want it. You unsell it. Say, well, imagine it's a widget that's going to help you comb your hair in a certain way and then make it stand straight up on end instead of using gel. I don't know. So then they tell you why they basically, they're convinced. They want it. They'll pay a price for it. They think everybody else will want it. Then you flip around and say, okay, but why do you really need that? You know, you could do this with gel. Or, you know, do you really want your hair to stand up that way? And you don't, it's not fishy. You've got to actually be as committed to unselling as you were selling, and watch the reaction and see where they go with it. And at that point, see how defensive somebody becomes to actually tell you why they have to have it. Because up till that point, it's real easy to drink your own Kool-Aid and believe that they want it, and you hear it over and over again because you're good, you're leading them. You don't know. Confirmation bias, you've got it. But if you flip it around and then see how hard it is and if you can unsell them, because then they'll tell you eventually why it is they don't want it. And if you can do that and be truthful to yourself and test that, it'll be the best thing you ever could do. It's very hard to do because in the back of your mind you're saying, ask them this, but I know I don't believe it myself. So you've got to be willing to let that go and actually convince them they don't want it, and then listen to them argue about why they have to have it.